Hey there everybody, this is not a review, this is not a preview, this is something completely new. A couple of videos ago I made reference to the special time we are in as far as WWE fans, and this is a WWE video, so if you're a TNA fan and you want to skip this one, I won't be offended at all. I'll see you next time. WWE fans, we are on the road to WrestleMania, and what I'm going to call this is road signs. This is every random thought, every issue, every development, every, well, my reaction to them, anyways, from now until WrestleMania. Like I say, predictions and things that change and things that are presented to us, and what we think, or what I think WrestleMania could be based on what we find out week to week. So, let's look at what we have going on so far. We've started announcing the inductees for this year's Hall of Fame. And could the first inductee be anybody but Shawn Michaels? Really? Come on. We've got Flair, we've got Hogan, we've got Piper, we've got you know, all those big names, so it's time to come to the next generation and start getting in your Shawn Michaelses and your Steve Austins and your, well, Undertaker, eventually, but he's still alive and kicking for a dead man. So everybody's now speculating as to who else is going to go in there. You know, somebody said the Freebirds, somebody said, I was listening to a radio show a while ago, somebody said Marty Jannetty, so that he can go in the same year as Shawn Michaels and they can have a Rockers reunion type thing, which would be really lame, but and everybody says Sting, and Sting's not going to happen until he cuts all ties with TNA, but when that happens, yeah, Sting deserves to be there too. Now, the Royal Rumble, the first step on the road to WrestleMania. 40-man Royal Rumble this year, which would be exciting, except I think it's just going to drag out like crazy. Granted, it's going to be an hour because every interval is a minute and a half, when the intervals used to be 2 minutes and there was 30 guys coming in, it was an hour, so now you're going to try and cram, you're going to try and grab 40 guys into 1 hour. That would be exciting, that would be intriguing to me, except the only reason I figure the only reason that they're going to have 40 guys in this year is because 10 of them are going to be Nexus guys. Well, Nexus, you know, A and B, Raw and SmackDown type thing. Will putting more people into the Rumble make it better? It might, if we have a lot of small stories. If we don't spend the entire time with a full ring and everybody just kind of falling all over each other. If we have a good set of, you know, these guys are in, and okay, now we've shuffled out these guys and put these guys in, and, you know, a couple one-on-one, two-on-one, you know, 3 people, 4 people, a couple handfuls of fights here and there. If we just get to that point where it's a crowded ring and nobody can really do anything, I think it'll suck. If they can avoid that, I think it could be good. I said it before, I said it at the end of last year, didn't I? I want Morrison to win. I think it's Morrison's time. Morrison to headline WrestleMania, whatever title he goes for, even if they put him back on SmackDown, which really wouldn't make much sense. So that being said, I think the 40-man Rumble could be good. I think it could be a good thing. The title matches so far, Miz and Orton, they'll play good off of each other. Like I said, this match needs to happen at WrestleMania, or at the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't want this match to happen at WrestleMania, i.e. I would love Orton to face Morrison at WrestleMania. So if that's the way it goes, I'll be a happy camper, but I still predict this to be a really, really good match. Edge and Ziggler, I'm kind of holding back my opinion on. Ziggler needs a push, for sure, and attitude-wise, character-wise, there's really nobody else they could have put him up against to give him the push than Edge. Unfortunately, they have Vicky still involved in the storyline, and the whole old Vicky and Edge storyline kind of waters it down, what could be a really, really awesome rivalry. Do I see Ziggler taking the title? No. Do I see Edge carrying the title Until Mania, probably. Do I want to see Ziggler in a title match at Mania? No. I'm sorry, he's not Morrison yet. So there's my thoughts on the Rumble so far. I will do a preview vid for the Rumble when more matches are announced, but until that point, that's all I have to say about the Rumble. Now, let's talk about the Nexus storyline that is absolutely gone to shit, hasn't it? The Nexus, when it started, was cool, because it was all these guys that bonded over the fact that they were in the very first NXT, and they didn't feel like they were respected, and blah, 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 blah. Now, when John Cena... Sorry, I'm still getting used to new glasses, so if I keep touching my face, guys, I'm sorry if it's distracting, I'm sorry, but it's awesome because I can actually see. When John Cena joined the Nexus, it blew that out of the water. Like, what Nexus was thrown out the window. John Cena should have been thrown out the window, but that's a personal thing. Now, to have CM Punk come over to Raw, I loved it. I thought he was going to go and be by himself. They had just finished the shitty Straight Edge Society gimmick. You know, Serena's gone. Joseph Mercury lasted about 5 minutes, and Luke Gallows is somewhere in the wind as far as I know. If somebody else knows any different, tell me, because I thought he could have been cool. But I figure they put Punk over on Raw, he could have gone back to being a singles guy, and he could have been awesome like we know he is. But no. Instead, they have him take over the Nexus. So it's not what it was. And half of them leave, and half of them say, you know, fuck you, and go over to SmackDown and join Wade Barrett. So now we've got the new Nexus, which is half of the old Nexus, led by CM Punk, and this random new guy that came in and attacked John Cena, this jacked up Batista wannabe guy, which, you know, makes everybody else in the Nexus look weak because they had to bring in somebody random. And you've got the other two, which I believe was Gabriel and Heath Slater, that have gone with Wade Barrett to SmackDown with Ezekiel Jackson, who's trying to resurrect a career again. These are just random big guys. They're not going to last. You throw them in a group for as long as there's a group, and then when the group disbands, the main guys go on, and the big guys are left in the dust. But I mean, even storyline-wise, you know, CM Punk brings in this Batista wannabe. Wade Barrett goes and gets himself Ezekiel Jackson in the same week. Both leaders, quote-unquote leaders, have said all of their troops are going to be at the... Oh, sorry. Wade Barrett's new Nexus is now known as the Corre, and it's spelled C-O-R-R-E. I don't know what the hell the relevance of that is. I don't know where the name came from, but it's retarded. The only way I see this being any good at all is if there's some kind of standoff in the Royal Rumble between these two groups, because they're all in it, and that standoff leads to a big 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 match at WrestleMania, like we saw with the ECW old guys and new guys a couple years ago. If that's how they're going to do this, and then kill it and let it die after WrestleMania, I'll be okay with that. If they're going to have two identical factions on Raw and SmackDown for the long haul, it's going to be retarded, because there's an equal amount of people I don't care about in both factions. Like, CM Punk has Husky Harris, Mike McGillicuddy, who are cool. He's also got David Otunga, who I thought was going to be an entertaining guy, but is just failing hard. And this new guy, but like I say, I don't know what his name is. Somebody who watches more independent wrestling would be able to tell us who he is. But it's just another random big guy. It's going to be another Brock Lesnar, another Gene Snitsky, another Heidenreich. You know, they're going to come and they're going to have their time as being impressive big guys, and then they're going to leave. And then you go over to Wade Barrett's team. I really wanted to see Wade Barrett on his own. I say it about CM Punk. I would have liked to see Wade Barrett on his own, because Wade Barrett only being a guy as part of a group, or only being a guy with all this backup, never let us see what he could do on his own, which is disappointing. And he's got Heath Slater, who is just a creepy looking guy, and I don't mean creepy like intimidating wrestler creepy. I mean like, if you saw this guy walk into the park, you would hide your kids creepy. He's got Justin Gabriel, who is another one I would love to see go out on his own. And then he's got Ezekiel Jackson, who's just he wasn't even good enough to last in the WWE's neutered version of ECW. So what's he going to do on SmackDown? I'm rambling on a lot about the Nexus thing because I just don't get it. They could be spending their time a lot better. The title matches are good only because it's letting young guys do their thing. Like, there's no big, dominant Austin or Triple H or John Cena in any of the matches. Edge is there. Edge will be great for bringing Dolph Ziggler up to another level. Orton's there. Orton's already brought Miz up to another level. I think they'll be awesome matches. As of now, I don't see anybody that I want the Undertaker to fight at WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to change. If it does, I will let everybody know. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Tag teams are still doing nothing. The Divas are still doing nothing. And unless something changes my mind, the only Diva match I want to see at WrestleMania is Beth Phoenix versus Natalya. I doubt it'll happen. I doubt my opinion will change. That's about it. Thanks, you guys. This has been the first episode of Road Signs with me. Anyways, subscribe up there, talk down there. If you like what you hear, if you don't like what you hear, let me know. Bye.